Hello. I had technical difficulties getting on live. I don't know if something changed or what, but I could not get my live to start. It's like it wasn't there. I went all through the back world trying to get to it. So we'll see how that goes. I try to be on time. I'm not on time to much, but I really tried this time. So I'm gonna wait and make sure that I can see my hair everywhere. I see that. I'm trying to see if anybody is gonna be watching to make sure that it's live. And while I'm waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my face with the setting spray. I'm just gonna actually spray it in the palm of my hand and then rub it on my face. I'm hoping that this is live. I can't tell. So I may be doing all this for nothing. My nose running. Anybody out there? Hello? Hello from the... All right, I'm gonna be priming my eyelids with the Sorbet. It's like a cream to powder primer. And this is just gonna even out my lid. Okay, I think we're good. Hey, Zunia. I was worried I wasn't on because I was trying to go live on time and I could not. My Facebook group was like, the live video was completely gone. And so I was trying to search around and find it. I kind of think I can always wait to the last minute, and I can't. So I just primed my face with my setting spray. I'm gonna set it aside, and I think what we're gonna do is I don't have on any eyebrows. I actually just got back from eating, slapped on a little bit of makeup before we went, came home, took it off to put it back on for my live. So I'm probably not gonna do just a full face tonight. We're gonna try to just make this a quick one and just kind of go over the products really quick for those that are still on the fence about it. I seem to always have a lot of people that have questions or interest or will reach out, and then sometimes it's the killjoy is when you say makeup free selfie and they freak out about it. But that's not something that you should freak out about, because look at me. I have no makeup on right now. You can see all the texture. I don't even have any eyebrows on. And now I'm out here for anybody and everybody to see. So it's all about making you feel, you know, feel good. So what I'm gonna show you is my 3D makeup. It's cream based. I'm gonna be using, I think, most of the colors here. Got a little change of scenery tonight too. I am in the dining room, and I just put my backdrop up, and I thought I need to stand because I don't have the best posture, and when I'm sitting, I'll be slumped over and everything else. And I thought this will help my chins and everything look good. So let's change the scenery up a little bit. And me standing up, I won't talk as long because I'm lazy and I like to sit. So here's the magnetic tins. They pop in and out, or they're not magnetic. They're metal tins, and they pop in and out of a magnetic palette. I'm going to be using the, which brush? I think I'm going to use the 3D brush. This is one of the ones that I think the beginning of the cream makeup industry with Seint began with this brush. So this is the basics. We're going to go back to this one. This is the one I typically suggest to everyone to use, but because you get it in a bundle, and I think it's really easy, and you can use it for powdering and blending and everything. But we're going to go with this one tonight, and we'll probably use a couple other ones too. But I'm going to start with, I can't remember if I normally do my contour first with you guys, or if I do an all over color, my main highlight. Okay, let's just start. And I'm actually going to use this pointy end here. A lot of people, they do their contour with this end. We're going to do this one. And I'm going to use this color. I think I'm going to use my other palette for that. Nope, I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to use this, and it is the color Indigo. And this is just contour, and I'm just going to swap it in there a little bit and go right along my cheekbones. Just hugging it almost. And I'm just placing the contour in the areas that I want to create shadows. And even though this is a warmer contour, it blends out really pretty, especially for your darker skin. But I can be pale in the wintertime and still wear this. This is one of the first colors I got matched with, and I loved it. Just gonna kind of see, look how messy that is. It'll all blend out, so don't worry. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? It'll blend right out. You won't even be able to see any of that. Make sure you get it up in your hairline. And I'm gonna do my nose. Usually I do that, I kind of do it all over the time. All over the place. Sometimes I do it last, sometimes I do it first. I'm going to use the smudge brush for that, and I'm going to use the same color. And I'm going to use my mirror right here because it's easier to see. I'm going to kind of put the lines almost on top of my nose, pretty close, not on top of each other, and leave a little bitty lane in between. And then I'm going to connect it at the bottom. And then I'm just going to kind of bring it on up to the brows. And I'll do my brows in a minute too. Sometimes it's a good idea to go ahead and do your brows. And I think while I'm letting it all absorb into my face before I go blending it, then I'll do my brows. Sometimes you will find that if you do your brows first, your makeup won't be as harsh. You won't use as much of it because your eyebrows are going to frame everything. So I'm going to do that in just a minute. But I really like for the contour to sit on the face just a little bit longer so that it can absorb in. And I'm just kind of going through and gonna make my lips a little bit fuller. It's not gonna stay like this because I'll go around and blend it. Ain't that nice? I like to sometimes do each little side here. All right, there we go. There's my contour. Now sometimes too, people may come all the way down here and they may connect it, and that's fine if you want to do that. Get your little baby hairs out the way. But we're not going to do drastic. It's all about the shape of your face, and when the more you play with it, you'll do things that you like, that work for you. While my contour's sitting on my face, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyebrows now. I like for my contour to sit longer because I like for it to absorb. I'm going to use the Thrive Cosmetics. And this is, the color Serena. I don't think I've ever even looked at the color of this. I like Thrive. I have the eye brightener. I have the mascara. I don't have it in here because I'm not going to use it tonight. And I use the loose powder. I really like all the products. And then here's the pen. It's a little overpriced to me because it's like maybe $23 or something. And there's some of the Maybelline ones that I like. The little skinny pencils, they're great. But I'm going to be getting my eyebrows microbladed. My husband's going to get it for Mother's Day for me. So I'm going to, I won't be painting my eyebrows hopefully a whole lot more. Much more. Because these can get expensive. And when I think about it, I guess by the time, I can go through one of these in like 2 or 3 weeks easily, because if you do it every day. Because I have to draw a lot on. Look at that. I don't have hardly any right here, period. Then I have a scar even right here on this. It's the craziest thing. As you get older, sometimes they just go south for the winter. But what little bit I do have, I'm going to comb upwards. And again, I have my contour on and nothing else just yet. I usually kind of start at the top of my brows. One of the ways that you can map out a brow is you can start by the side of your nose, and it'll say this is where your brow should start. And then you can also go from the edge of your nose to here, and that's where your arch, thank you brain for cooperating, that's where your arch should really be. I don't really have arches, so if you want to make them, that's where a natural arch would typically be. Sometimes I kind of do draw a little bit of one, but I usually don't do too drastic because I'm not great at brows. I just want it to look like I've got a little bit. And I'm not a huge fan of the heavy brows. It is pretty on some girls, and it's, if I could do probably a better job, I would attempt it sometimes. But I'm just happy enough just drawing it on a little bit. And you also don't want to extend it too far because that'll drag your eye down. So that's about right for me. And I'm just about out of pencil here too. So I hope I have enough to do this one as I'm talking about the price. So I'll start at the top, and then I'll go at the bottom, and I'll leave almost a little bit, it's a gap here that I'll go and I'll just fill back in the color. I don't know if you can tell it, but I kind of barely trace the top, barely trace the bottom, and then there's a gap here. And then where they kind of meet, where my natural arch would form, and then I kind of drag it down. And then I go in, I fill in. There we are. And like, see, if I have any places that I need to go back and touch up, I can. This pencil is almost out. Good thing I'm not going anywhere tonight. That's good enough for there. Eyebrows, check. So now we will finish with the rest of our foundations. So I'm picking up the same brush that I just used, and I'm going to use the main highlight. This will be my all over color, Sandy. It's a little bit dark for me, but since I have the freckling and a few age spots or melasma and stuff, this is really good at covering that up. So I can blend it till I get to my jawline, and then I can put a lighter color, or I can use a bronzer to kind of bring the color and make it all work together. So if I use too light of a color, not only do I look washed out, but it doesn't do the coverage that I want. And it's not even got to be a heavy coverage, but I just kind of want some of, I like my freckling. I don't want it all to be overshadowed. I like some of it to peek through, but like some of the spotting and that kind of stuff I kind of want that to just kind of blend in a little bit. So I'm just going to take my brush. I'm going to just dab it in there a few times, and then I'm just going to stipple it all over. And you can use this with your fingers too. Just dab it all over and then blend it. It blends so good. And sometimes I'll do color correcting too, but since we have the color correctors in our foundations built in, sometimes you don't even have to use a color corrector. It's just for your comfort. If you think you need more than what you're seeing, you can say, well, I think I want a little bit more, because sometimes I may go in and do a little bit under my eyes if I feel like they're a little bit darker than normal, or right here where I've got bigger sunspots, or right here I've got a few, and then in my actual where I contour, I have some spots there too, but usually the contour covers it just good enough for me, so I don't really worry. And I kind of bring it up a little bit on my nose here. And the color of the contour, like I said, is warm. And this right here, as you see, it's yellow. All of our foundations, our highlights have a yellow base, so they'll give you a glow, but they will end up kind of oxidizing and just melting into your skin, and that yellow tone will go away. Now, if you have red, like red skin rosacea, or you're typically got more pinks or reds in your skin, we have some color correctors that's got, you know, more of the yellow or green tones to it to counteract that, but then that would just, you know, it still makes your face look natural. But that's something that I can help you with. Okay, so we got that on. Now I'm gonna go in with my Brightening Highlight. They call it a pop. It's just gonna bring some light. This is sunlit. It's just gonna bring some light to the areas that you need it. I'm flipping it back over to the same side that I contoured with. And I didn't even wipe my brush off because these all blend together so good. So you don't have to. I'm gonna go right down the center of my nose. Right in the middle between my eyes, brighten that up. I'm gonna take my fingers and brighten there, and then use a little bit on my chin. And that's all the brightening I'm gonna do. Usually whatever's left on my brush, I will take the corner of my cheek and just kind of run it up below my contour. And I also have some up here on my eyes that I will blend. And I'll just kind of go through, and you can use either side to blend. And when you're not talking and you're in a hurry, you can easily do this in under 10 minutes and look like you've got, you know, you're put together. You've got a full face of makeup on. Just by putting the colors where they go. And it's really easy to do. And for some people that don't wear a lot of makeup or they get intimidated easy, really it is a paint by numbers. You contour in the shape of threes, a backwards 3 or a forward 3 right here. And you put your main highlight everywhere else, and then you put just little pops of highlight down the center of your face. And then you just take a brush and do this all over, and it just blends like magic. And then it feels really good on your face too. It doesn't feel heavy. This is great on dry skin. It's great on oily skin, especially mature skin. I feel like it was designed for the mature skin. Because young people can wear everything. It don't matter what it is. But, you know, people that's starting to get mature skin, we really need something that's going to help with where we're aging, or, you know, where our skin's been changing. We got texture now. We've got spots. Things you don't always have in your teens and 20s. Okay. There we go. I'm going to take my Perfector sponge. It's damp. And I'm just going to go through and kind of bounce it around my face just to make sure that I'm picking up any excess product if I did use too much. So I've got my contour, my highlight, and my brightening highlight. We're going to go through, we're going to do a quick bronze. And I'm going to use my Bella bronzer. And this is an Illuminator Dolce that I really love mixing together. So I've been mixing those. And this will just give you some warmth and a sun-kissed look. Because I already have a glow. It's such a pretty finish, this foundation. Because I don't even have the prettiest skin. But it really does make my skin look a whole lot better than it is. And it's natural. That's what I really like about it. But now if you want more coverage and you want to glam it up, you can totally do that. But see right now, I've bronzed my face and my neck. It's not tons different, but since I just bronzed my face, I need to bring it down on my neck too. So I will just go in and ring the bells here. And we're bronzed. Now we're going to do a quick cheek. What color cheek do I want to do? I think I want to do Frenchy. I've been loving some Frenchy. Or you know what? Maybe I should, let me do Ruby. I don't do Ruby. It's really pretty. And I'm going to use that same brush that I put my foundation on. Just dabbed it in there. And then I'm going to go right above where I contoured. It's quiet. It's quiet tonight. People's coming on and dropping off. Tough crowd. What time is it? 9:23? My goal is 30-minute or less live, and we're gonna do it. Isn't that pretty? It's a gloss. Love it. And I'm gonna put it on my lips too, because it's a lip and cheek. It's dual. And I really like it because they give you a pop, and then you can go in with a gloss over it. And it gives you a little natural flush. So now we're done with everything except for my eyes. And we're gonna do that really quick too. Because like I said, I got about 5 minutes. Isn't that what Laura Morgan said? She had 5 minutes to figure it out too. All right, I'm gonna use my purples. Here is, I think I'm gonna use Lullaby. This is Soulmate. It's a pink, really pretty color on my lids. And then I'm gonna use, this is Ken. Yeah, I'm gonna use that because it's easy and quick. So I'm gonna use Lullaby in my crease. And I'm just gonna wash it all over. And this is really pretty on all color eyes. Love it on the blue, but I will tell you, if you didn't want to do anything else but this, if you were just going out the door, it's such a pretty color with just this and some mascara and go. Because it gives you just enough color. Then I'm going to take the other end of this brush and I'm going to drag it underneath my eyes. Just to tie it together. And then I'm going to take the color Soulmate. It's this really pretty pink shimmer. I'm going to take my finger and I'm just going to pop it right on the inner half of my lid. And this color is beautiful on all eye colors too. What I'm doing tonight looks good on every single color eye, from blues to hazels to browns. I try to like to do those that look good on everyone. These are usually colors, when people ask for color matches, the ones that I give them are the ones that are universal, that look good on everybody. Switching over to the smudge brush, this is what I did my nose contour with earlier on this side, but I'm gonna use this, the round side, to go in with this color Ken. Maybe I'm gonna use the color Gilded instead. That's a really pretty too. It's almost like a purple brown, and this is more purple. They're both got a little shimmer to them. I'm gonna go in with that color. I don't use Gilded enough and I really like it. So I'm just gonna kind of draw it here in the outer V. And I'll go back and I'll blend it in a minute. Because right now I'm just kind of placing it where I want it. And this smudge brush is dense, whereas this right here is real fluffy and it blends well. This you can put it where you want it for it to stay. And then you can also use it to drag just a little bit into the corner, the outer corner, to tie it together. Then I'm gonna go back to this eyeshadow brush. So these are two eyeshadow brushes, and this is called the eyeshadow brush. Woo, genius! And this is the smudge brush. And I'm just gonna kind of blend it together. And if I wanted to go in, I could use a eyeliner, or I could use one of these colors and use that and make that an eyeliner. I'm gonna use this brush though. And you know what? I think I will go in and use, let me see what color this is. Maybe it's Midnight. Amethyst. Ooh, that's pretty. This is Amethyst. I'm gonna use that and I'm gonna line my eyes real quick. Always tap off any excess so you don't have as much fallout. Some people do their eyes first. I can't do my eyes first. I will jack them up every time. If I do my eyes, I get the foundation on them and it don't look good. And with this right here, I don't I don't line it too precise. This color's not super dark. It's just enough to give me a little bit of definition along my lash line. Make my lashes look a little fuller. Then I'm gonna go under about halfway on my lower lashes. Then I'm gonna blend once more. Put on some mascara. This is the Essence, what's it called? Lash Princess. It's a really good one. It's $5, I think, wherever they sell Essence. I think this was CVS, or you can get it off Amazon. I don't know if Walgreens has it or not, but. And I'm just gonna put a light coat on because I'm fixing to take it off. Oh my goodness, this would look quiet tonight. Where is everybody at? It's a hit or miss on Friday nights for sure. I guess everybody's got a life. But now we went out to eat, but we got home. We're homebodies. We like to be home too. But that's it. And guess what? Since I'm done, isn't that pretty? It really is pretty to be just a drugstore $5 mascara. I mean, my lashes look really good. They normally don't look that good. I was gonna show you this too, since I got you on here. This is what came in today. It just launched on May the 4th, Star Wars Day, but it's the clutch. And this is the ivory one that just came out, and it's beautiful. Look, can you see the little shimmer that it's got? It's leather. It feels luxurious too. But it's got the little sparkles and stuff in it, like this. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like the light shines off of it, and it's an ivory clutch. So what you do, it's magnetic there too. Magnetic is the way to go with Seint. But you have a place for your brushes here. You can put your phone, your cards, any cash, any other little lipsticks or whatever you want. It also has a chain. If you want it to be, on a chain, you can carry it as a purse or leave it, take the chain off and leave it as a clutch. And then the other side, so cool. The other side has the place to put your makeup. It's magnetized so you can pop your makeup in and out. And then you can carry this with you. You can throw this in as a wallet, into your purse or a bigger bag, or you can carry it as a clutch, or you can carry it as a purse on your shoulder with a chain. So cool. I think it was $100 and can't remember, maybe $113, $115, but it was part of my Mother's Day too. I was like, I really want this, and it launched, and so I got it. It's hard when they sell such good things, you can't help it. But anyway, thanks for hanging out for me. Thank you, Zunia. Thank you for hanging out with me again on another Friday night. If you're interested in and you want some of this makeup, let me get a little closer so you can see. I have the pores, I have texture and stuff, but this makeup does not settle in those. So for your mature skin, you may be in your 20s and have mature skin. Not everybody takes care of their skin, and sometimes it's in your genes. So if you have trouble and you think it settles in my lines, in my pores, in my wrinkles, in my whatever, this is cream base. It absorbs into your skin and it becomes a second skin and it moves with it. So that's why it doesn't sit on top of your skin and it doesn't crack. And later, I mean, when it comes off or wears off, it like wears off towards the end of the day naturally, to where it's not, you don't look in the mirror and be like, oh my gosh, and just have big splotches everywhere and stuff like it always was when I wore liquid foundations. Anyway, that's just my spiel. That's why I love this stuff. I sell it because I love it and I wear it, and I was a customer way before ever becoming, an artist. I'm really not an artist. That's the term they give us, but I do love it. So anyway, if you're interested, send me an email or a message, anything. Ask questions. Again, do a color match form. It is so easy to do, and I can get it back to you I'm pretty good at it now compared to the way I was, so I'm even quicker with my responses. So I always try to turn it around within a day or two, so that you can, because it's exciting to go get your makeup, and then if you want a party, if you want free makeup, you could host a party, and you get however much you sell, you get like so much back in free makeup, which is amazing. Who doesn't like free makeup? So if someone wants to have a party, let me know. We had a great one last month. I did tons of makeovers. Everybody loved their stuff. And so this is one of those products too, that when you look at it, you think, oh, that's interesting, that's neat. Then you're on the fence sometimes, but when you put it on your skin, I feel like that's really where you fall in love with it, or where you wear it throughout the day, and then you look in the mirror and you think, oh, that it does look good. It really is that kind of a pretty lit within makeup. So anyway, enough about all that. I'm getting off here. So I will see y'all again next Friday night. And people better show up and show out next Friday night.